it's the Power Couple, and today I'll be discussing and analyzing the episode we have just received, Elation. And I have to check in with you guys because this was a very filler episode in which I'm sure almost all of you screamed during this episode. I know I sure did. So without further ado, let's begin. So the episode starts off with Ladybug and Cat Noir doing their special little pound it because they just defeated a villain. But then Ladybug pulls out this table with, I have no idea what the food is. But then Cat Noir obviously rejects her and tells her he knows what she's doing. Trying to go on a date. I think Ladybug is moving a little too quickly for this. But of course she gets all sad because she just got rejected. Well, welcome to the club, girl. Rejection is part of life. So then we see Cat Noir try to detransform in the alley, but then this creepy blonde hair girl comes and takes a selfie with him. And then a whole bunch of crazy fans come for him too. What just happened? Did he become the new favorite superhero compared to Ladybug since she completely failed? But what is happening? If he had detransformed, I don't want to think about that actually. And then we cut to Marinette's house in which Marinette and Alia are having a sleepover. But Alia has a mattress there now. Maybe she has so many sleepovers that Marinette's parents just decided, well, let's just give her a mattress to be more comfortable. And they're just like debating, but then it turns into an argument of her feelings over Cat Noir. I really wish they wouldn't push Marinette to the limits of her anger. Because A, we know how angry she can get. And B, she could get akumatized and it would be the end of the world. And then, guess who stops by the bakery? It's Adrian, and he specifically asks if Marinette's available. So then, Tom and Sabine completely work out that he's in love with Marinette, and they are shipping them so bad. Thank you for that. I really need someone else other than Alia to ship Adrian and Marinette together. We really needed it. And then we see Marinette get really mad at Alia because Alia is telling her who she should love and who she should not love. And Marinette, and I completely stand with her on this one, she doesn't deserve that, as does nobody. She is very capable and able to have her own feelings and make her own decisions. She does not need someone controlling every day of her life who she should love and who she should not. This is sort of reminding me of Adrian right now. Ooh. And then we see Adrian leave the bakery all disappointed because he wasn't able to see Marinette. But then he says, it must be nice to eat cakes with your lover. Okay, this episode is clearly destroying me. I was so unprepared for this, and I'm sure you all were unprepared for this too. Because, as I'm sure you know, I haven't read the Bible, and I don't intend to, so I went into this episode completely blind. And without candy, that was a grave mistake. So he then transforms into Cat Noir to get away from all the crazy fans, and Marinette is up on the rooftop. And then they meet. Oh, Lord! This was such a beautiful interaction, yet so cringy in a couple of scenes. But it was quite romantic when Cat Noir gave her the rose, and she put it in her hair, and then they talk well, pretty much. He asks her out kind of indirectly, and then she agrees, adds in the ice cream in there, and they are getting incredibly close. And then she says she can't go because she's in her pajamas. Wow. And then Cat Noir just says it's like, fine. So they go into the night sky, and oh my God, that was such good Marichat. This totally beats Glaciator 2. Then we cut back to Marinette's room, in which Tiki is explaining to Alia in that the end of the world will come when there is tension between the carriers of the miraculous of creation and destruction. And then we see them in the moonlight. Oh, this reminds me from the New York special in which Marinette and Adrian were dancing. Oh, it was so romantic. Anyway, I don't know that they have to go that high to look for Andre the ice cream maker, but it is really cute with these two lovers. And when, sadly, Cat Noir pulls her away from the kiss they were sharing, it was so gorgeous. Although I seriously doubt that this is a kid show from the way they were kissing before the actual kiss. Anyway, Marinette then gets akumatized because she is sick of people telling her who she should love and who she can't. Honestly, I would feel the same way. And I'm very happy that Cat Noir was able to pull her out of it, and she resisted against Monarch. Honestly, that would be a very difficult resistance for her. Obviously, because of her mental state and how she was just pretty much destroyed in this episode. But the one word Cat Noir said, well, technically two, kiss me, pretty much snapped her out of it. I'm not sure why, though. Although the Akuma hadn't exactly left the rose yet, but when he pulled her in to kiss her, very, very romantically, I loved it, and I so screamed. The Akuma left, so I know it wasn't the most efficient way to pull her out of that, but I'm glad the kiss did save her from, let's be realistic, certain doom. And then Cat Noir apologizes for pulling her in for a kiss. If I were him, I wouldn't do that. But then we see Marinette completely panicking because she nearly got akumatized. And she can't get akumatized because she's the guardian and she's Ladybug. It would be a disaster if she was. And she knows it. And then Andre, the ice cream maker, gets akumatized. So Cat Noir puts Marinette in a safe spot, and then she calls Alia because A, she doesn't have Tiki with her, and B, to apologize for earlier, saying that dating Cat Noir was a horrible idea. I don't perfectly disagree with her. I agree in the slightest bit, but that's only because Adrian figured out that she doesn't love himself, like the real self, so Adrian. But that's the only reason I agree. I disagree because, hello, they're meant for each other. I can't really 100% disagree with her. I 80% disagree with her. And then Glaciator comes after Marinette, so Cat Noir thankfully gets Marinette's parents out in time, while Alia just heads to the roof. And then we see Alia, and I'm very, very impressed with her, trying to take down a supervillain while just wearing a pot on her head, holding a broom as a weapon and a garbage can lid as a shield. She is very brave to defend Marinette. And thank you for doing that, because this was partly her fault. And then we see Ladybug go to check on Cat Noir just to make sure he's okay. And the look this boy has in his eyes when they meet up, how does it not scream, I love you? Man, get a grip. And when Ladybug touches his neck, just like a small, gesture of love. Also, admiration. I could name a lot, which I will not because it'll pretty much take us to 2025. So I'm going to hold that off. How is Cat Noir not in love with her? Oh my god, this is driving me insane right now. I don't really know what to say other than you need to kiss. But you need to spice up Lady Noir just like they spiced up Marichat this episode, and it was fantastic. And then Ladybug just asks if he's in love with Marinette, and he just goes to say, it's complicated. Yeah, sure. But then he says that his feelings have changed, but he still loves Ladybug. But in the friend zone. And then they just do a little pound and just, for friendship, saying that they're friends. Why? You're driving me I don't know what to say. I honestly don't. Let me know in the comment section how you found this part of the episode, because, man, we needed this. But I didn't expect it in this way. Ladybug then summons her lucky charm, and it's a gigantic umbrella, which she throws inside Glaciator, and then it opens. And I simply love this teamwork between Ladybug and Cat Noir. We really needed our iconic duo back. And then they pretty much pull Glaciator onto a fire. May I remind you that this is a kid show meant for 8-year-olds. I don't think they should be showing a villain almost being set on fire. Man, I'm seriously doubting this is a kid show. And I will say this as long as season 5 is going on, because this does not scream kid show. It screams more teenage to me. But you can completely disagree. And then he's deakumatized and he apologizes just because they make a great couple. And he's not wrong. I mean, look at their faces. Sure, I know everyone is discussing the height difference. Sure, maybe Adrian's about, let's say, 3 inches taller than her, but it's adorable. Plus, the height difference has been going on for a long time. But still, they are such a cute couple. I cannot wait for the actual reveal. And then we see Gabriel's arm. It looks extremely nasty. Is it me, or did it get blacker? And I'm going to say black because it looks pretty much black to me. The last time we saw it, which was, I think, Passion, so 2 episodes ago, but I don't think we saw it in Reunion, so I'm gonna go with Passion. I wonder if it's spreading to the rest of his body, because that would just be really, really nasty and gross. And then Gabriel says that he's going to exploit the weakness Cat Noir has, which is he has feelings for Marinette. And when he does it, he's going to destroy Ladybug. I am not sure exactly how he's going to do this. Perhaps he, kidnaps Marinette, but if he does do that, I will scream to the top of my lungs because, again, this is a kid show. There should not be kidnapping. Then Cat Noir might have to, give up his Miraculous in order to save her, but this is just a far-fetched theory. And I'm thinking out of the box because everything we've seen is out of the box. But you can feel free to let me know in the comments what you think Gabriel meant by this. And then Cat Noir takes Marinette back home and apologizes for what went down on Swan Island. And we all know what I mean by that. And I'm so glad for him to have him say himself that he acknowledges that Marinette has the right to her own feelings and her own choices. Because if he didn't do that, we would have some problems, some very big problems. And it's so funny to hear him stutter for the first time in front of Marinette. I feel like he's turning into her and she's turning into him. This is gonna get interesting. And then they hug each other goodbye, and I am so excited for when Marinette will hug Adrian like this. What do we dream of? I know, right? I will cry when I see that. And then when he leaves, Marinette starts crying on the balcony, and I really wish they wouldn't make her cry so much, because when she cries, I cry. And then she asks, do you think that one day a boy will want me? Yes, one day Adrian specifically will want you. And don't worry, I've been there myself many times for like 3 years. It's not a good place to be. But you do work your way around it. And of course Adrian will want her because he's in love with her. And of course he's going to be there to support her. Because this is Adrian. And we all know, we love Adrian. He's our boy. And he better take care of her. Otherwise, I'm going to be really angry. And then we see Adrian all sad in his room. And I hate seeing Adrian sad. It's so depressing. And he's upset because he says that Marinette is no longer in love with him as Adrian. And he can't love her as Cat Noir because we just saw what happened when he does that. It doesn't end well. And it's also risky. But then Plague tells him what they loved once, they can love again. So now he's thinking maybe one day Marinette will fall back in love with me. So he now knows she once was in love with him. Maybe he's feeling a sense of guilt that he didn't recognize it sooner. I'm not sure. But I'm guessing next episode, so the Kwame's choice, he might try to make her fall in love with him again. I just really hope he doesn't push her over the edge. Otherwise, it could end in a catastrophe. And then we get this fantastic end card. I am so in love with it. I just can't help but notice that Cat Noir is the only one that's sad in this end card. It breaks my heart to see that. And that's the end of the episode. Overall, I think I would say this is my favorite episode that I have seen thus far in the season, because it really pushed the plot forward and was more of a, I'm going to say, love square center episode, which I love to see, and we all love to see our Marichat. As of today, we don't have any new air dates, so we can now take a break, thank God. Although I do love seeing new episodes, these just felt that they passed by very quickly because they were released a day after another, so it was mentally exhausting since we had no time to mentally process it. But as always, these were just my thoughts on the episode, and now I'd like to hear yours. Please feel free to comment down in the comment section below, and make sure to hit that like button and subscribe button. And I send my infinite love to you all, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!